Hi everyone, I'm Jen. I just saw it again. Sorry, I'm out of breath from bringing the groceries up. A friend of mine, I don't have access to my car because of the keys they're not missing, they were taken by someone else. But anyhow, that's not the point of this, is she gave me a ride. It's a dear friend of mine. She's 20 years older than I am. I love her, love her, love her. And I just saw her as I think a teenager. I don't know how old she was, but the later teens, and her hair was in a ponytail. Her hair's all white. So it's funny because her ponytail was also white and a long ponytail. And I asked her as I was bringing the groceries to the car, she already had the car pulled up. I'm like, oh my gosh, did you ever wear your hair this way? And she did. And I had watched, I forget, I'll put the link below, but I had watched another video 1 or 2 days ago saying that they're seeing versions of people. And so this is exciting because I had already seen her, this was months ago, where she was talking about a current issue, but my guess is that a back issue, something from her past kind of bumped up into the current experience because she had morphed into her little girl self. So this one, a version of her, was like 6 or 7 years old, and she had a bob. Again, it was gray hair, so that was funny. It was enough that I knew it was her. Obviously, she and I were the only ones in the living room at the time, but so I asked her, how was her haircut growing up, and whatever. She had it bobbed, and I never saw pictures of her growing, as a kid, so whatever. But I just met her, or I just saw her teenage self, and she's got a lot of oomph, and she didn't think she was pretty. That's the sad part, because she's very beautiful, and she's beautiful now, and she doesn't really know it either. But as a teenager, it's like, wow, you've got the youth, which is socially acceptable as pretty, but anyhow, so that was one. Who else did I see? My mother. In fact, seeing my mother, she was in her late teens, maybe 19 or 18, I don't know. And I saw her, and that was my first one. So it was kind of strange because my mom's skin was all young again. She's 20 years older than I am. But she was all fresh-faced, and like life had not beaten her down yet, And so things that happened with our family doesn't even matter. But seeing her, and she saw me too. It's like a door was opened, and she was just looking out of her physical older version. She's looking out, and then she sees me, and then she giggles. It meant a lot for me that I could see my mom when she was that age, because yeah, life wasn't that bad yet. Anyhow, there's lots of good in our lives as well, so I'm not saying anything like that. And then maybe this is related or not, but like the cousin of whatever this is. So, okay, so I had to learn that there was a me living inside this body. Growing up without knowing there was a spirit inside of a body, like that blew my mind at age 31 when I saw my first dead person. Dead person that came in the form of being alive. So that is the day that I was born to the knowing that we are more than our bodies, right? And then I eventually came to understanding that, I guess some people call it reincarnation, that our essence, after this vessel dies, whatever happens in between, and then goes into another vessel. So maybe someone from the 1800s. Personally, I've been a young teenager, I don't know how old he was, maybe 14, 15, a male Native American, and I was running through the woods and being chased by another Native American, and then the arrow got my foot. And that was when Jen, and I was Jenny at the time, that's when I realized you cannot pull the arrow back out. You actually have to push it through. So I learned something, or maybe relearned something, I don't know. And another time, I believe it's whom you guys know as Sharky or Reese, is I am a woman waiting for him to return, and I keep standing at the shores. Reese, I miss you. I keep waiting at the shores, waiting for him, but he's never returning from sea. So I don't know if it was a battle thing or fishing thing, and he never came back. It was a big boat, but that he had left from. But anyhow, so that's as much as I remember from that life. But so you can reincarnate, you know, vertically, and then those of us experiencing the Mandela effect, we've seen different versions of our loved ones in different bodies, right? So we can reincarnate sideways, and then but there's this other kind of morphing thing where a child morphed from my daughter's classmate to this other daughter, and I think, yeah, I already made a video on that too. So I think they're all related. It's what our, not just our eyes, but our knowing can experience and can process. So I love you. And Linda, I love you. I met your teenage girl, and it was so good to hug her goodbye tonight. All right. Love you guys. Bye.